After my exams ended, I wanted to spend a day to just read manga non-stop for the whole day. I just thought that would feel so great. So I decided, no, it wasn't that easy. I had a lot of trouble deciding which manga to read. And lastly, I decided to read, I've been sitting on this one for a while now. I've watched anime back then, thirsted on all the men and women with my friends and internet friends. And the manga I will be talking about today is Jujutsu Kaisen. In saying that, this video might contain minor spoilers of the Jujutsu manga up to around chapter 150, 140-ish, because that's where I'm up to right now. And the things I'm going to talk about are my thoughts throughout reading, parts that I liked, parts that I didn't like, elements that I liked, etc. My bias changes, and also how it brings to light that our mind fills the blanks. Oh no, I made it so structured and like formal, so now it's like hard to know where to start without planning. Okay, I'll just speak. Okay, backstory. From my memory, before I started reading the manga, my bias was ultra sukuna. So when I started reading the manga, the first thing that I noticed, the first thing was like I was very confused about where it was up to, and like it looked like a slice of life section. The chapter that Google recommended me was very slice of life, so I was very confused. I heard that a Shibuya arc was really good, and it was right after where the manga would pick up, so I was anticipating that. And something that I noticed really apparently was the pacing of the manga. It was really fast. I haven't read shonen manga in a while, but I still feel like it's one of the fastest pacings I have read. Also, sometimes the jumps were so random. Like, I would be confused if it was in the same scene or not, but like it was good in a way. Sometimes it was really funny and like I liked it. Yes, I'm pretty neutral about the fast pacing, but something that I love and hate about it is the freaking the narrator. Like, I love it and I hate it for very different reasons. So I planned another video about the palace invasion and the use of a narrator in a palace invasion. Haha, you all know which anime I'm talking about there. But like, I love the use of narrator in when two people are facing off against each other, either like verbally or like fighting. So I love the use of narrator because it acts like a way to mediate time. It can slow down time or speed up time, and like the narrator just like pauses the story. I get how the narrator could break the flow of the story, but I just think it works really well as a device to to control the pacing. Like, when you have a narrator, you have full control of the pacing, and like I love that. And I also love about the narrator how it can be used as a third party perspective that is a lot wiser than everyone else. Like, because usually when two people are fighting against each other, like, they're not too aware of their emotions, and because it's so fast paced, like they wouldn't be thinking so introspectively, but the narrator kind of gives that perspective to the readers. Like, you could say that they're spoon feeding the readers too much, but I love being spoon fed like that. Like, it's not completely spoon fed, it's like a little bit spoon fed, and I love that. Let me just jump to a whole different part. So in the palace invasion for Hunter, spoilers, like the narrator can divide the scene into a matter of like 0 point something seconds. So like when the narrator is present, like the time can be so slow and the audience will be so clear that the time is so slow. I will expand on this. I really want to expand on this in the palace invasion video, but so like the presence of the narrator, like you can really pinpoint exactly what is happening at what time and which scenes are happening together at the same time, and especially because it was dragged out so long, like over like 60, half of the series, but it still felt like everything happened in a really short time. Like the whole palace invasion probably happened in less than an hour, but it was dragged out into so long, and usually if without the narrator it would feel like a very long time had taken place. And I realized that when watching, wait, this isn't the palace invasion video, like, okay, we're getting back to Jujutsu Kaisen, let's go. This is what we get when I don't script. I need to, okay, I can start scripting next video. Anyways, so what should I talk about? Geto. I am a big simp for Geto now. I don't want him for myself though. I want him for Gojo. I want them to be happy and together and having fun together and understand each other and and Toji is very mean and he is scary. I am scared of Toji, and now I am also scared of Sukuna, and I feel for Nanami, and Nanami actually he prompted me to think, like his character dialogue, his thoughts prompted me to think more about to cherish every day of my life, and not wait for something to happen before like fully enjoying life. And Sukuna is so scary, and maybe this is character development for me. I no longer like toxic men. I'm just into Geto now. When he was in high school. Yeah, Geto when he was in I like high school boys. I love the way he adopted the two girls, and like the way the two girls cares for him is so sweet. It just shows how much care, like how much of a caring man he is. Marriage material. Wait, something I forgot to finish off was the presence of the narrator. I liked how they used the narrator, but it reminded me of Hunter way too much. It was too much. It was a bit too much for me. It was too similar. And something else that happened, spoiler, when, oh my god, like I love so many things about jujutsu, but like when they use similarities too much, it annoys me. It feels like I'm reading Black Clover. There are so many great, amazing pages in jujutsu, like top notch. I loved it so much. I would screenshot it and save it as my wallpaper, like that page with Geto being like consumed, that page. And another page was the last page of Nobara's flashback, and then the next page is on the ground. But also the pages, I just read it this afternoon, so it's still fresh in my head. And anyways, there's just so many great pages. I love it. And when Todo came in to the battle with Itadori and the annoying Mahito, like when Todo came, I was so happy. Like I was so happy that he came. Like they did that build up really well in my opinion, but they ruined it afterwards with Todo being like, oh, the prayer doesn't come from you think you can defeat me by taking off my arm. A true prayer comes from the heart. Like that was way too much for me. I'm mad. That part made me really disappointed in the manga because I was enjoying it very much until then. But I will keep reading. But I'm mad at gegesensei. It's fine. And the scene in the beach on one of the guys, one of the curses, bad curses domain expansion, when they went to the beach and then like everyone almost died. That scene when like they said the Nen fish didn't appear until they started piercing you, I was mad. I was like, that's too much. But oh my god, wait, but that arc was so good. Oh my god, Nanami is so good in that arc. I'm about to cry again. This is so good. Okay, that one was very, very exciting. And I love the action lines that they draw for like action. Oh my god. Like I love the movement. Very cool. Shibuya was very, very hyped up, and rightly done so, because so much happens, like literally so much happens in such a short amount of time. I'm usually not a manga binger, but I found this series very, very nice to binge. It was very good read. Have a massive crush on High School Geto, and I don't like New Brain Geto, purely because he played so dirty at the tram stop in the Shibuya arc. That is not like he was playing with other people's feelings on purpose, like bro. Which comes to why I named this video as it is. It was very influenced by how fast the pacing was in the manga, and in a way that I did not expect. The pacing was not only fast between panels, like they would switch from one movement to another movement, like to a very, very different movement, which makes me feel like things happen really fast, and whole backstories will happen in a span of chapters, like just a few chapters or even a few pages, and they would describe a lot of events in a very, very short amount of time. Even though there was so little physical content in the manga, I got very emotionally invested in two of the characters. Like, I felt like the experience of those two characters was really short, because I had finished reading that whole past arc in around like less than an hour. But in that hour, I got so emotionally invested. Even after not reading, I still came out and I thought about them, and like I drew some fan art, and like I thought about possible dialogues that they might have had, like reasons why they did what they did, what they could have been thinking, stuff like that. Which got me to thinking to all those fan artists that specialized in these two characters. They created so much art and so much videos that it felt like they could have had a movie on their own. Like, these two characters could have been the center of like a whole series, a whole movie. That was the feeling that they gave me when I saw their fan art before reading the manga, which really surprised me when I read the manga, that the sections showing them to interact was so short. And I love those videos that people make to highlight their relationship and to like build on what little was shown. And I'm not complaining that there's too little. I'm saying he did a really good job. Like, with so little content, people could like create fan videos and like fan art, like as if those two characters were like the main characters in a whole series of its own. And dang, these editors and fan artists are so good. I am so happy for your existence. I have like two Twitter artists, a Suguru specialist in mind, and one TikTok artist. They are so good, which makes me feel like I should specialize in a ship too. Kilugon, off we go. Friendship. And yes, that is one of the biggest reasons that I really appreciate fan art, and I think it can be really amazing because it helps people fill in the blanks between what is said in a series. It can focus on something the series itself doesn't focus on, and I think it's beautiful how they can create something that they wanted to see in a series. They wanted it to be more fleshed out, and hence they will flesh it out themselves. And it was actually one of the reasons that made me choose jujutsu. Like, yes, I got a little spoiled, but it also dragged me to come read this manga now. Like, yeah, I wish there was more scenes of them two together, but I guess I'll be drawing some of my own. I really want to know what Gojo said to him at the end of the movie, and I really want to know more about their relationship before everything happened. And I want to know about their childhood. I want to know more. I want to see more of their interactions. Maybe he'll expand on it more later on, but for now, our minds will just fill in the blanks.